That's what's beautiful about Charleston. There, you can get out in that water, you can get outside, and so that stuff is great.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I had a roommate over there. We would drink so much gin and tonics and just wet the bed all the time over there.
A lot of bedwetters in Charleston.
Oh, dude,
Beautiful.
Yeah. People were like, I'm on the sailing team. It was like, sure you are, brother. You better put a catamaran in between you and your wife, dude.
Were you a Saint in your early 20s?
Dude, no, I was a Saints fan. I'm a New Orleans Saints fan, but I was not.
You're at the game, like,
yeah.
fuck it.
I mean, I had on maybe I might have had on a Drew Brees jersey.
Drew Brees jersey on your 16th Miller Lite.
Dude, yeah, that's for sure.
That was.
This movie made 10 cents this weekend, and you'd want them to take the fucking billboard down.
Yeah.
You drive past the billboard like, the billboard's like, here's a bomb, the movie's a bomb. You know what I mean?
You're up there at night in your Batman costume, just painting over it with a big one of those big paint reachers. Yeah, I remember we did a bunch of LSD, and this lady got caged up, or not lady, but like someone that was the same age as us got caged up in this room. Not even caged up.
Caged up.
People said, "Hey, you're caged up in here," and then they were on so much acid they just believed they were.
Sure. Yeah. I'm like, you went to parties and people were in cages? Do we have to call someone?
No, meanwhile, you could get out whenever you want.
It's just an unlocked door. Yeah, you're in a backyard. It's not even a room. You're like, there's no way you can escape.
And thanks, man. I read the first 50 pages of your book.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Thank you. I thought I figured
it's a hell of a lot better than Bert Kreischer. He didn't read page 1.
Oh, man.
Asshole.
Dude, I bet if you'd have written it on the inside of a 12-pack, he'd have read it.
Yeah, that he would have. That he would have.
Oh, he's going to read his own epitaph soon, dude.
Wow, that's talk about premonitions.
Sorry, that was a little cold.
that got a little dark.
That was a little cold.
Real
Sorry,
quick.
Bert. There's a place called Matcha Luther King that I went to, and I was like,
Sick.
this is, it just like, is that are we at that level where you're taking a guy like that and turning it into
Making
like
money.
a pun?
Yeah. Matcha Luther King.
Yeah, it was cool, but it was just like,
They have the I have a cream drink. It's just like a cream coffee.
I'll have a medium. yeah, those motherfuckers.
What are other candies? Lemon heads?
Oh, lemon heads. Oh, the ones that had the little bitty white crystals, the little white circles
That's crystal
on them.
meth. That's crystal meth.
Snow caps.
Snow caps. Snow
sorry.
caps. Okay.
Which is also a street term for crystal meth. So that's not fucking.
And and he did Miracle, which is about the Olympic hockey team. And
Oh, yeah, against Canada, America versus Canada, I think, or something. Russia.
right.
Yeah, Russia, the original. Oh, no, Russia's like dirty Canada.
What's right, exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of like, and that's, no offense to anybody's Russian, but also, it. So it's not like we're keeping secrets from them. Do you sleep on set, or what do you do? What's that
I
like?
didn't sleep on set, and method acting, that gets like a bad rap. People think it's just like a person being a prick and obliging everyone around them to subscribe to a reality that's not real. The thing I came up with, I call it
Dude, that's just everybody's stepdad as well, you know?
exactly.
Yeah, that's method acting. I need a
method acting.
beer.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah.
Damn it.
Who was?
Pillows,
Oh, the pillows. Big pillow.
like sleeping pillow. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like big pillow was like fucking everybody. And so people weren't using pillows, I remember, for almost 8 months. And people were pissed.
Yeah. Then you're just smashing blankets together, trying to form a pillow.
Anything you could.
yeah. You're just sleeping on bags
Yes.
of marshmallows.
Yeah. Sleeping on your chubbiest brother's midsection.
Yeah.
Charleston's a pretty fun spot.
God, it's great, except I took a girl on a carriage tour or whatever, and it was a black girl that I was dating at the time, and a lot of it's kind of, it gets a little, some of the history around there is,
Oh, yeah, they got some history around
it's some
there.
risque history. So, like, at a certain point, I'm like trying to tip the driver early, like, dude, just tone it. Like,
can we change this to a ghost tour, maybe?
yeah. Freaking tornado warning. There's sirens going off over town. I didn't even know we had sirens. So I'm texting my nephew. I was like, bro, tornado warning, what do I do? And he's in middle school or whatever. And thank God, he's like, get under your desk. That's what he fucking says at 4 a.m. And I was like, dude, I don't have a fucking desk. And he goes, don't curse at me over text. And I'm like, this fucking kid does not know how to support a family member. It's just like,
that's what he's. That's hilarious.
anyway,
What do you watch on Christmas?
I watch.
Like, what would the camera see you doing?
We're supposed to do Christmas caroling this year with a couple fellows from the gym, actually. And so we're supposed to practice on Friday. And we just hired a cool brother over there in Nashville to help us learn some of the
You
lyrics.
say brothers, dude.
And then,
I love when you say that, man.
oh yeah, we're excited about it. There's all brothers going, so you got to respect the culture, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
Bro, anybody that I knew immediately, if somebody got junior mints, dude, that they were probably into some sick stuff with children. That's what I thought. If I saw anybody.
That's my favorite candy.
Oh,
It is. It is.
are you serious?
I love Junior Mints. Well, dude, okay, hang on. It's not about. I'm not kids. I don't want you. Yeah, you set
You're
me
right,
up.
man, my bad.
I walked into it though. I shouldn't have admitted it. But
That's
dude,
true,
you
that's
put.
true.
Yeah,
But we teach, it's like, we go straight from like dinosaurs to sex ed. It's like, you believe in Tyrannosaurus Rex? Let's fuck, you know? Like, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I just don't like mint. I don't want mint to be there when I'm trying to have something sweet.
Dang, dude, I'm sorry.
It's okay,
Shit.
but it makes me mad.
I can tell, dude. You're flexing on me.
It makes me angry.
Yeah, I
dude.
can tell.
It makes my fucking teeth want to climb through my gums.
Oh shit. Fuck. Hey,
Imagine
my
they
bad, dude. Hey, lemon heads are my favorite. All right. Okay. All right.
No one has ever fucked a dinosaur.
Oh, I believe.
No, because they never overlapped. Humans and dinosaurs never overlapped. Woolly mammoths.
Yeah.
It could be that someone fucked a woolly mammoth.
Oh,
It's in the
yeah.
Pleistocene.
The
you know?
brunettes, they called them back then.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
They're so
dude.
woolly. Yeah.
Oh, you can't, bro, especially on a
The hair
cold
is
night.
fine. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, sure.
I would
Yeah.
braid that tail,
You could
buddy.
sleep in that vagina.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a rucksack. You know?
Little baby, don't say a word. Dude, we got word that Damien had gotten held back, and people were like, "Oh, hell no, dude. We cannot do Damien again.
Hold me back too.
We cannot do Damien again. Like, Damien has to go out to pasture wherever they put these kids that leave 6th grade." And they're like, "Damien's coming back."
Finish their education at
Oh,
6th
dude, yeah.
grade.
Shut him down, dude. Tase him or something. You know, put a tire spike when he's leaving out of his driveway in the morning. But Damien cannot come back. I actually wanted him to jump on my front, dude. When people do front side piggybacks, that's kind of
I've
like.
never heard of that in my life.
And that's when I quit. Hey, that's when I quit playing tennis in junior high school. I'll tell you.
But listen, you
When
got to
things
be
got-
strong enough to do that.
That's a good point.
I could probably do it to you.
You cannot do a front side piggyback with me. Okay?
when we finish this, you know, I'm jumping on the front.
And anybody that can draw a picture of Timothy and me and involved in front side piggybacking, let me know.
I need a couple beers in my personal life. I think I will fix a lot of things.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I fucking used to overdose over there in Charleston, especially on Halloween. Dude, one year I made out with 3 ladybugs, dude.
Oh, just the creatures, the ladybugs, the actual insects, or no?
People dressed as them.
Oh, perfect. And then you wet the bed and went sailing after that? Perfect. That's a perfect night out in Charleston.
That's the Charleston Decathlon right there, dude.
Dude, Riff Raff hit me up and said he's involved.
Really?
I'm almost positive he said, I'm going to have to go back and look, but I
No,
swear,
no.
Riff Raff is not involved.
No, dude, no.
All right, fuck
I mean,
if I-
look, blessings to Raph, baby. I think if
Yeah.
I were coming out with like a fucking never-ending bubble gum or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
Or if I were coming out with like a, like a shoe that made you jump so high that all the bitches wanted you.
Yeah. Yes.
I would live there. If I get a wife and she lives there, I'll stay. I'll go live
What's the
there.
ideal, you know, what does she look like both inside and out?
She probably looks like a nice lady, I think. Let me think about the rest of it. Probably maybe played volleyball, maybe didn't. And so my dad was 70 when I was born, right? He was born in 1910.
Dad was a serious guy.
Yeah, I wish he had some money, which was crazy. Because usually if a woman's hooking up with an older guy, he's got
He
some
got
money.
some
dude.
money. What did your
My
dad have
dad-
going for him?
It was not money,
Was it
dude.
money? He must have been charming.
He didn't have a bank. Listen, he was very charming. My dad was very, very charming.
Could you do somersaults?
Ooh, I hope she can, but I'm not trying to be some kind of pervert or whatever, you know, but I wouldn't mind seeing one every now and then, especially if it's holidays or whatever, and she wants to, pop off a damn bee handspring or something before everybody cuts into some lackeys or whatever. I'm down for it. So yeah, I think I'm open to a lot of different things, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and like handstands and shit.
I mean, okay, I don't know what you're trying to get here. He would like go sometimes have a beer by like this bar at the railroad tracks, and he would like let me walk on the bar. He'd like, and they had like these little bowl of chocolates or whatever. And if the bartender, I remember if I danced good, she would like give me some of the chocolates or whatever. And he'd be like, go wiggle for chocolates or whatever. And I remember, so I just remember, I think,
You like when my dad pimped me out. That was a good time.
well, he was just pimping me for confections, or sugars, A smile might be in a museum one day. You might have to go to a museum to see a smile.
I like the Museum of Smiles.
But that'd be so crazy. Yeah, remember Rick? Yeah, Yeah, remember when Eddie got his first? Remember when
His
Eddie
first orgasm?
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember when Eddie got his first orgasm? He's just like,
It's not quite a smile.
okay.
Like
That's
you
it.
go to the curator, like that's not technically a smile. It's a grimace of ecstasy, but it's not quite a smile.
Like, hey, it's our biggest attraction, buddy. All right, calm down.
That's Eddie's first orgasm.
I didn't
You were
look
a
at you
television
going
star.
like this is the biggest podcaster in the game, and you didn't look at me going like this guy's a movie star. That's
No.
not what we thought.
No, I
It's
thought
like
you
here's
were,
a guy in a hallway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's a guy in a hallway.
Here's a fellow white kid doing comedy.
Yeah, here's another one of those chuckle honkies. As a lot of people have
There's
termed
another
them, you know?
chuckle honky. That classic term.
You ever had that yakum in New Orleans?
Yeah, yakum. It's not drugs, is it?
No.
Okay, because I've
You never
had
had
that.
yakum?
I haven't had the edible version. No.
Like top 5 New Orleans street foods.
Yeah, yakum, homie.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a deep cut right there.
It is a very deep cut. I thought it came in a small baggie. Yeah, I haven't had this, bro. I have not had this. So the other night, there's like tornadoes or something, and I didn't know. Like, and I live in it's a nice neighborhood, but it's nothing crazy. It's not like rich enough where you're away from tornadoes, you know?
You better be pretty. How rich you have to be to get away from
I,
tornadoes?
I don't know. I'm still in the wind district, you know? Yeah. I definitely just having one of those days where it's like my skin feels all dry and stuff.
Wonder why that is.
I don't know. I don't know how hydration became like the hot thing in the past 10 years.
Is that it? People only started drinking water and hydrating in the last 10 years, you think?
It's more prevalent. You people like stay hydrated and stuff. I just think it feels it's more popular for sure.
But if you don't have the gift of physical talent, of athleticism, you're cooked.
Yeah, you're done, dude. Yeah, some people got you got a damn foot Mozart out there. I don't have that.
Yeah. Alex Mule is a foot Mozart.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's
yeah.
fire.
Some people really know how to have a good time. I wish I did. I wish I was out there like, great, we're gonna hit it, and I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like, as if I had that attitude, I'd probably be happier about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I'm always trapped inside of myself. There's always like a lot of like some people are like, you don't like being in a crowd. I'm like, I have a crowd inside of me right now.
There's a crowd in my head is busy
dude.
enough.
I have
Right?
30 people in here, and we're out of hors d'oeuvres. So I got enough fucking problems on the interior right now.
People like you get to the end of what you think is a comedy,
Right.
and you're like, is that about global warming?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, is there like some deep hidden message that I'm supposed to recycle more, or
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah.
there has to be something else,
Right.
with
The
it.
moon is trans? Is that what?
Yeah.
Is that the surprise ending?
Yeah, you're like, okay, I guess we do have to think about that, don't we?
I'm in that age now where I'll chat GBT like, what are the most attractive low property tax places?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One of them was my neighborhood growing up, dude. I remember our property tax was $8 one year. My mom paid in cash, dude, right out of her purse. I was like, where do we live at?
Wait, who'd she give it to?
The guy that came by.
Was it a legit guy, you think?
He looked pretty legit. He had all of his buttons on his head.
He had a hoodie that said government.
He had a couple of yeah.
She just gave him $8.
Going outside, jumping in the back of a pickup truck with all my friends' dads. There was like a prison break, and they were going to go chase the dudes down. It was like, ooh, this is some real shit right here.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. God, that's cool. Yeah, because I wonder if you did like if your dad, I guess he doesn't bring work home because that would be like having an inmate come over for dinner or whatever.
I think if he brings work home, there's a big problem. Yeah.
Because they always get pictures of you where you seem like you're like the dwarf that like is kind of like the backup dwarf, you know, like you're on the side, you're smoking, you're like,
What is that guy? I don't know that character. But it's
Like, you're
what-
like-
what's-
you're-
is he pissed?
I think he's a little pissed. Yeah, he's an understudy.
He's the understudy dwarf. Okay,
And not dwarf, like you're a regular heighted guy, but it's like, and I shouldn't have said dwarf. I shouldn't say anything, but it was like, I don't know. And it's like they only put this chronology out of you that makes
true.
you seem like you're kind of
It's true.
bummed. People
I
kind of
appreciate it, man,
imbibing
and I
it.
appreciate you bringing up Beautiful Boy, and I feel like you're doing the exact same thing, not to just blow smoke up each other's ass, but I feel like when you
Oh, we're a couple of naughty Native Americans right here. dude,
Come
you
on.
know?
Yeah, blow.
We're a couple
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you're
We're
not,
out here.
if you're listening to this and not watching this, that we're fully the bottom half of our bodies.
We're out
are-
here boofing, huh?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
getting
yeah.
spicy
I don't
out
even
here.
know what that means.
Okay, I don't either. and we
I don't
can
even know what that means.
that out.
But no. But
You know, if I was 17, to have a checking account or how to grow a cabbage.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be sick, dude. You saw some freaking hot chick with a balanced checkbook and 2 heads of lettuce. You know what I'm saying, buddy? I'm in, bro. Yeah, you see some guy in your neighborhood who's on the wrestling team or whatever. I didn't know they
wrestlers, yeah,
had
exactly.
a wrestling team, and then he's running down the
Yeah,
street
right
like a
the
California
trying
raisin.
to lose, yeah, exactly, 15 pounds in 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
Dude, he's just spitting on his family members, and he's just cursing because they say cursing helps you burn calories or whatever. Oh,
People thought
were
I was a scab and I was working with him.
Oh, yeah.
But he's a
crossing lisp lines or whatever.
You're right, dude. You're right. You're right.
That's crazy.
That's the only union where you'd be crossing the picket line by working on your tongue.
Yeah, it's
Whatever the fuck.
crazy, dude.
No, I'm serious, but it was a real thing, dude.
Oh,
It was a
yeah?
real thing.
Really?
Like, scab. Stop working on the accent.
How dare you learn Spanish?
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. Wow.
Man, next time I'll call you. Because actually, when you put it like that, it's like,
When Workaholics came out, because like I was kind of the kid at the Improv where I was like working the door and shit, and then I'd come on stage and like there wasn't a ton of respect. Where it's like, yeah, we know he worked here,
Right.
And
Sometimes that guy would even be up there. He'd be mid-order. He'd be taking his fries. They'd call his name.
Yeah.
I remember watching one guy do a set one time with fries in his hand.
Did you find out when people leave your own money on something, all of a sudden they's like, okay, we're going to do this. Like people have a whole different attitude.
Yeah.
That's something I've found.
They're like, oh, we need a Dalmatian. I'm like, we don't have a Dalmatian. We'll fucking shave that sheep and fucking staple some
fucking tattoo some spots on this motherfucker and shoot.
And with removable glue some Oreos to it and get that bastard out there. You know, teach it to bark. We have 40 minutes. Get on YouTube and teach that thing to bark.
like you know how they have those like 4D seats in theaters now?
Yeah.
Like a 4D porn chair that you all this you're just getting hose sprayed. Weird smells like, oh God, oh Jesus, too close.
Yeah, and then it like bumps you from behind if there's like a doggy style scene or something. You're like, whoa, who's that?
Wait, so you're getting fucked in there? Yeah, all right.
It depends on what.
Yeah, it depends on what you're watching. Yeah, it makes sense.
I think there's different types of chairs.
for sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
I
very
heard you're a
much.
big play guy.
Really?
No.
Oh, thanks. I was like, God, I don't want that going around.
yeah. Hey man, that's the subversive. No one would expect it.
That's very low key, dude.
You ever seen big heavy dudes try to surf? It's really it's hilarious. It's
Is
like
it?
Mr. Potato Head body out there trying to surf. The aerodynamics are off. Yep.
Yeah, why don't they have who's coming out with the big boy board? You know, big and tall needs a surfboard. I feel like,
this you have to just go all in on the boogie boarding. Like, no, I'm good at this,
dude. But is there anything a little bit dicier than being an adult boogie boarder? Like, there we are, right there with Chris Farley's brother. Right
I thought that was me. Dude, you look like you're 23, man.
Oh, no, dude.
It's true. Did he
I
take,
look
did
like
he
I'm
take
on
your haircut or no?
HGH, dude.
Yeah, no.
I got to get some HGH.
Do you work out?
Yeah, I do work out, dude. Yeah, I do. God. Yeah, I went today. I mean, that's what I mean. But yeah.
Once. Works out once.
I'm kind of old school, I guess, in a way of seeing
medium school, I think.
I'm middle school. Yes, exactly. I am a 7th grader.
That's true. Oh, dude, yeah. I don't know if I graduated that one. Some of them they let you skip, I guess, if you're, depending on what county you're in.
Sometimes
But
they hold you back.
sometimes they hold you back, dude. But we would just get wasted and just urinate all over his glasses supply, right? Like at night. So then, like 2 days later, whatever, he rolls up to some place with a bunch of just soaking wet boxes.
And he's like, they're selling like hotcakes. I don't know. Something about the stink of these glasses are flying off the shelves.
Man, I feel bad about some of that shit. Yeah, I think here's a class you should have, right, Rain? Eye contact. What a great class. The first week, it's all eye contact. How you doing, Betty?
But what about the second week?
Then you move up, you do nodding.
So why don't you just say like interpersonal communication?
Yeah, you can.
And then
you're going to
eye
scare off a
contact
lot
is
of people,
week
though.
one.
Kind of like a fancy little city. It's almost like the Jean Bonnet of cities. Kind of
cities.
like, look at this outfit, kind of, but dangerous at the same. But it has like kind of like an element of like mystery, kind of. That's a kind of a weird example. It was $1,100 an hour.
For now?
Yeah, it was like semi-endangered. I don't want to say endangered or whatever, but it was like at
Do they charge more if it's like, you know what I mean? Like if you can get a chicken, they're not in danger. You can kill that chick, just cut its head off. That's $10.
Like,
But
hey,
for the owl,
you can get a tall chicken.
no one's going to know the difference. You can take the chicken, break its neck, and he's turned around.
You can get a tall, curious chicken. You know, and they're fucking cool, dude. And sometimes they drive a van. One of them I remember drove a van with like that swimming pool ladder on the back. Like, what the fuck was that?
I
for?
remember the Why did you?
Yeah, every time you go up there, there's no pool up there.
There's not a pool. There's never been a pool up there.
You're like, this is a fucking
The weight
lie.
limit, it would. Yeah, you couldn't put a pool up there.
This van's a liar.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, fuck yeah.
It's about as I like seeing bum fights. I like seeing all the schoolyard fights. I like seeing fights. That's what I like to see on there.
Oh yeah, they have everything. They even have gauze on there now, so it's fucking it's upscaled. It's upscaled a lot.